This news update is brought to you by
This is the Noon Barbados Today update. It's Monday, September 29th, 2014. I'm Dawn Paris. Thanks for joining us and good afternoon. The country's top cop is facing heat over recent recommendations for promotions in the force. Opposition leader Mia Mottley is charging that Tyrone Griffith has put forward new names, although the law courts have yet to rule on a matter involving lawmen that the former police chief had earmarked for promotions. Speaking at a Barbados Labour Party meeting at Rice's Pavilion, St. Philip last evening, Mottley described this latest development as a travesty.
Recommendations have now gone yet again from an acting commissioner for promotions in circumstances where those matters have not been disposed of by the law courts of this country. It is a travesty. And as if that were not enough, officers heading up from special branch to serious crime to fraud squad to all these things, in whom training was invested, being denied the opportunity now to act. Because as long as that case remains to be heard, there are a number of critical ranks that are affected and compromised. It's not any rocket science.
Well, don't expect Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Eucklyn Thompson to support any legalization or decriminalization of marijuana, while noting calls by some citizens, including prominent officials, for changes to legislation. The police official said he'd seen firsthand the negative effects of the illegal drug.
A discussion on the subject will no doubt identify what some consider to be positive uses of the substance, while others will be able to produce a weighty data as to why the status quo should remain. I have been around long enough to recognize the debilitating effects of illegal drugs in my own family, amongst friends and loved ones. The serious damage resulting from the use of illegal drugs is very evident today, particularly in the younger members of our population. Indeed, for some time now, analyses of crime have shown that the majority of crime, major and minor, have linkages to illegal drugs.
The Acting Assistant Commissioner was speaking last evening at the launch of the Neighbourhood Watch Group in Grassfield, Duncan, St. Philip. The fire service will be getting some additional manpower. Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite says his department is in the process of recruiting supporting officers to assist firemen in the face of increasing grass and house fires.
We do plan, as you know, and we discussed how do we ensure that we have some additional resources of manpower. We're planning to train some auxiliary officers that we can call upon when we're short of staff, so that young men and women who work sometimes 40 to 15 hours a day, hopefully we can find some methodology to bring in more bodies so that we reduce that strain that you have on your bodies, in particular during the crop season. So we're working on that. We do, as I said, have issues in terms of age equipment, and we have to find some way to get you some additional resources in that regard.
The Attorney General made the announcement as he addressed the 59th anniversary service of the Barbados Fire Service yesterday.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
To Jamaica now, where the health minister is appealing to the public to help fight the fast-spreading chikungunya virus. In a national address, Dr. Fenton Ferguson made it clear that while his ministry was doing all it could not eradicate the mosquito alone. He called on Jamaicans to dedicate 10 minutes each week to look around their homes, schools, workplaces and churches to ensure there are no uncovered containers with water that could breed mosquitoes. There are 35 confirmed cases of chikungunya, with growing numbers of people reportedly experiencing symptoms of the virus. And further afield, rescue workers in Japan are trying to figure out how to recover the bodies of over 24 people following a volcanic eruption over the weekend. 36 people are presumed dead, but the search was suspended due to dangerous conditions at the summit of Japan's second highest volcano. We get more in this CNN report.
12 bodies have already been identified. Another 24 are sitting up there on that mountain right now. But ash that was up to their knees, but they had to turn back because of the dangerous conditions up there. There was even ash raining down on our live location here. We had to wear these masks at times. It looked almost like it was snowing, and people even had protective helmets on because there's a chance, we're told, of an even larger eruption in this area in the coming days. Meanwhile, so much waiting for these families who are gathered here, sleeping on floors in local evacuation centers, waiting to learn about the fate of their loved ones.
And that's where we end our noon Barbados Today update. We'll be back again at 6 this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.pb, subscribe to our e-paper and our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or on Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you to get all the latest news and sports. Have a safe and productive day, and we'll see you later. I'm Dawn Paris.
This news update is brought to you by